The moment I was about coming out of that open place under the high tension grid, the guy just came out from nowhere, from the bush where he was hiding. I was standing just not far away from him. He looked at me. He smiled. That kind of smile. And cocked the gun he was holding and pointed it straight at my face. There was no way he could miss that shot. The next thing he said is, "We will leave you here." So I was not like, I said, "If you want to leave me," I said, "Leave me. If you want to leave me, leave me." He said, "But how will you do?" I said, "If you promise that you will not kill me," I said, "I will find my way." He said, "But you cannot walk from here. Animal will chop you here." I said, "If you promise that you will not kill me," I said, "I will find my way." He said, "So you want us to leave you here?" I repeated it. I said, "If you promise that you will not kill me, I will find my way." He said, "So we leave you here." He ordered his men. He said, "Muje," in Hausa means let's go. He just told them and they left. I fell back to the ground with my head facing up. I was trying to imagine how I was still alive at that time. I remembered I lifted up my head and I was looking, I saw moon shining little. So I just said, so long this moon is here, I said, the blessing of the Lord is here. I said, I will not die in this bush. So I prayed a while. As God will have it, strength came into me. So I turned. The moment I put my palm on the ground, that was even when I realized that my palm was already broken by this side. If you see, I can't fold my hand properly again because of this bone. The moment I couldn't touch it. I just switched to my elbow. I started using my two elbows and my knee to crawl. I will crawl up maybe 1, 2, 3. I will repeat that statement again. I said, so long the moon is here, the blessing of the Lord is here, I will not die in this bush. I will just creep like that. All I wanted to do was just come out in that open place first. Because I know if I come out there, I'll need to enter the bush again. But that for me would have been a relief. At least let me just come out in that place. Not knowing that that guy that promised that I will not come out of the bush, the gun that he was looking for, he had seen the gun. He left his group and knew also that I will come out of that place, and got to that place and hid himself. The moment I was about coming out of that open place under the high tension grid, the guy just came out from nowhere, from the bush where he was hiding. I was standing just not far away from him. He looked at me. He smiled. That kind of smile. And cocked the gun he was holding and pointed it straight at my face. There was no way he could miss that shot. There was no way. My eyes were looking at the nozzle, just waiting for the bullet to pop out, probably into my head or any part of my body. There was no way he could miss it. At a point, I even thought I had died because I was no longer hearing sound. I was not hearing anything. I couldn't see well, so I wasn't even believing what I started seeing, because from nowhere, the leader came in front of me, blocked me and him, held the gun to the side and was talking to him. I wasn't hearing what they were saying. I couldn't even speak at the time. I was just there. I was looking. I was just like a statue, lying down in my position. When I got back myself, I just heard him shouting, "Leave me, let me waste this man. Leave me, let me waste this man." He will walk away from where the leader was blocking me to a distance where probably he can get a good shot. The leader will walk up to that place again and block him. He now stood away from the man and said, "I say nobody will kill you here. Come out from that place, let me see who will shoot you here. I say come out from that place, let me see who will shoot you here." he sounded a bit authoritative. So when he said that, the other guy knew, probably understood his terms and stood back. From afar off, I could see the other guys, they were just there watching. So when that guy got angry, realized that he couldn't do anything because of the way the leader has spoken, he angrily walked away. So the leader said I should come out. I came out. He looked at me. He said, how you won't do now? I repeated what I said that time. I said, if you promise that you will not kill me, I will find my way. He said, you are going the wrong way. He said, turn to that side. Go straight. Go straight. So he now told me, said, the direction I was going to, that that's where they were going. That if they see me there, that they will kill me. That I should just follow his direction. I thanked him and they left. I just put my head down and I was repeating to myself, so long the moon is here, the blessing of the Lord is here, I will not die in this bush. I was just saying it, I was crawling. I was just saying it, I was crawling. I was just saying it, I was crawling. And before I knew it, my hand just touched third road. So I knew that I was already on the road. As I lifted up my head, I saw cars passing or just zooming past. So when I saw that I've gotten to the road, I removed the only boxers that was, on me. I became totally naked. I started using the short boxers to wave like flag, for cars to notice me as they were driving past. It was already dark, so it was just light. It was shining light all through. The moment I got to that side, about to start waving cars, I just heard gunshots again, just like that time, from a distance. But because everywhere was calm, it was midnight, you could hear the sound very clearly. And then I started hearing their voices. Come down now. Come down from the car now. Enter the bush. Lie down there. Lie down there. I was hearing it. So fear. I rolled away from the road and I just entered the covert in between the two highways. I stayed there. I was hearing them. Cars were screeching. Some were trying to reverse, speeding off. Enter the bush. Enter the bush. They just started repeating. After some time, the gunshots stopped. No voice. No cars were coming to and fro. Everywhere was just silent. Fear gripped me. My own was, I don't know whether these guys were coming back to this place or what. I didn't know. So I was just inside that covert there. I stayed there. I don't want them to see me again. He had already said if he sees me again, they will kill me. So I stayed there for some time, about 5 to 10 minutes. So I dragged myself from that covert. I couldn't go again to that side. I now got back to the side where cars were going to Warri, even if cars were not coming from there. I stayed there. I had to be on the road, not by the side even. I had to be on the road. Somehow, I slept off. In the middle of the night, I remembered waking up to a heavy sound of this heavy-duty truck passing. So the moment I lifted up my head like to look at the road, a heavy-duty truck was trying to overtake the other one and was driving through where I was lying down. It was just the mercy of God that I was quick to observe, because he was blowing the horn very loud. How I rolled even with my broken leg and all that away from the road, I don't know. I just rolled away quickly into the culvert again. I stayed there for some time. The trucks zoomed past. At a point, I started laughing. I was laughing. The laugh was like I had succeeded all what has happened inside the bush, and I came to the road and a car wants to come and jam me. I was now laughing. I now said, so long the moon is here, the blessing of the Lord is here, I will not die on this road. I said it a few times. I needed to also drag myself back again to the road because I still needed to position my leg so that I don't feel pain in it. So I stayed for some time. Again, I slept off. And much later, I woke up early in the morning. So I turned myself over and I now, like that dog position, and I now started waving. There was mud, red sand and blood all over my body. I looked like a madman. This time cars could see me because it was already clear. But the moment they spot me, they would just zoom past and start firing high speed. I was waving. I waved, no car was stopping. Well, even me, I'm not sure I would stop too. So when I saw that they were not stopping, I just put my hand down. I said, Lord, I said, no car will stop for me here. I said, even me, I won't stop for anyone. I said, if I know any car that will stop, it's a military convoy. I said, please send a military convoy my way. 2 minutes after that prayer, I remember, a military vehicle was passing. So I started waving. They zoomed past like every other car. I turned as they were going. I was still waving. They were going far. I was still waving. I waved and waved and waved, and I stopped and I was looking at them. They now stopped at the distance and started reversing. They reversed to an extent, stopped, and the cars, all the doors just opened at once. 5 military men with heavy arms just came out. The supposed leader was just walking with his gun in front of him. The other guys pointed their gun to different direction, and they were walking, in that formation towards where I was. He didn't come near me. At a distance, they stopped there. He now shouted, "Who are you?" So I replied, I said, my name is Emmanuel. I said, if you are using an Android phone, I said, enter my name on Facebook. You will see my profile. So one of them now said, Oga, this person, they talk well. This person, they talk well. So they got close to where I was. He now asked me, why are you lying down? I said, my leg is broken. He said, why are you naked? I said, I actually removed my clothes to tie my head and other parts of my body. He now asked me what happened. So I just narrated to him that I was kidnapped the day before, and somehow they left me to die in the bush, and I came out. He said, do I know my wife's phone number? I said, yes. He said, I should call my wife's phone number. So I called it. He put it on speaker and dialed the number. The moment my wife picked, he called his name and said, do you know any Mark? My wife said, yes. He said, who is he to you? My wife now said, he's my husband. He said, he just cut the call and ordered his men that they should wear me my boxers back and they should turn the car to the other side of the road. So they've already mounted a block and started averting cars from, because I was almost in the middle of the road. Not long afterwards, this Volvo wagon ambulance was passing by. They stopped the man. He now told the man, he said, I'm giving you a direct order. This man is not dead. He is only badly injured. Take him to the hospital. He collected the man's phone number, the driver's phone number. He gave the driver his phone number and also gave the driver my wife's phone number. They carried me into the van and assured me that everything will be all right. He asked me for the description of my car. I described it to him. He said I shouldn't worry, that he will help me find my car. and then he left. So I asked him, I said, can you go to Lagos like this? He said, yes, he can go to Lagos. I said, take me to Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. So he drove straight. He put on the siren, drove straight from there to Lagos, to Lasut. The soldier man was calling almost every 10 minutes. He will call, where are we now? Is he still alive? Let me talk with him. They will give me the phone. I will talk with him. He said, hope all is okay. I said, yes. I thanked him. I can't thank that man enough. I don't even know his face. I don't know how he looks like. But he assured me that all will be well. We got to Lasut. When we got there, my family members were already there waiting for me. There was a small delay, in the normal Nigerian hospital system. Delayed for some time, trying to find out this, trying to find out that. They asked me some questions. They came over outside. They now put drip on my body. Stayed there, said they were trying to prepare a bed for me. We stayed out for about 30 minutes or more there before eventually they were able to find a space for me inside the emergency unit. And then I got there. They started attending to me. And about 3 weeks later, I was discharged to the house from the hospital. And I was now having appointments from time to time. I stayed with that POP on my leg for about 4 to 5 months. Much later, I was able to start using the crutches to walk. Now, I'm using only one. Before I was using two, but my leg is a bit stronger now. I'm using only one of the crutches to walk. Since that time, it has really not been easy, I must tell you. Family members, showed interest. They helped where they could. Relatives and friends too also, they went, out of their way. Those who could do more, did more. Those who could do little, did little. But much of the assistance, financially and otherwise, came from, funny enough, people that we didn't know. Having gone through what I went through in the bush and come out, I just tell myself that every other thing is okay. Where there is life, there is hope. So long I'm still alive, I think that's all for me.